On day two, we saw the G77 and China grouping push for a new annual climate finance goal of $1.3 trillion. This is a demand that they had raised on day one itself. And the second day was intense discussions on this. India has, as we know, demanded $1 trillion as its demand for climate finance. There is also a $2 trillion demand, but the G77 plus China demand, under which India is a part, they are negotiating for a $1.3 trillion new climate finance goal. That day also had an interesting aside, a controversy when the Azerbaijani president, Ilham Aliyev, criticized Western nations for their hypocrisy over fossil fuel use. And he also emphasized that Azerbaijan's oil and gas reserves are gifts from God. That didn't help, given the ongoing tensions here over climate finance and accountability. But it was an interesting day. We had speeches from Antonio Guterres, the UN General Secretary. We had speeches from the Albanian Prime Minister Edi Rama, who criticized the ineffectiveness of climate speeches and outdated practices at the COP. So he called that out. It was interesting also because the UK Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, announced an ambitious target to cut greenhouse gas emissions by 81% from 1990 levels. This target is to be met by 2035. The US climate envoy John Podesta, meanwhile, he reassured delegates that US would continue its work on climate action, and that despite concerns over potential climate policy shifts under the new President-elect Donald Trump, the US would continue with its future commitments. Meanwhile, India has did make a statement on day two in which it pushed for its $1 trillion climate finance demand.